Did you know the world's oldest surviving football is believed to date back to the 1540s? It was discovered hidden inside Stirling Castle in Scotland, and it was made from stitched leather wrapped around an inflated pig's bladder. Compared to today's footballs, it almost looks unrecognisable. Over the last 500 years, the football has evolved from handmade leather balls with unpredictable bounces into one of the most advanced pieces of sporting equipment in the world. And today, we're going to explore its incredible journey. Welcome to the channel where we explore the history, facts, secrets, and real-life stories behind Lego builds. If you love Lego but want to discover the history behind these iconic sets, then make sure you subscribe. Recently, I built Lego's football set 43019, celebrating the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But before we take a look at the build itself, let's discover the fascinating history of the football. The earliest recorded footballs were used in ancient China's Kuju and were made from stitched leather stuffed with feathers. In medieval Europe, footballs were often made from inflated pig's bladders, which varied wildly in shape and size and were easily punctured. The bladder provided the shape, while leather was stitched around it for protection. The invention of vulcanized rubber by Charles Goodyear in 1839 and patented in 1844, combined with the invention of inflatable rubber bladders in 1862 by H.J. Linden, finally allowed manufacturers to create balls with uniform shapes and reliable bounces. By the late 19th century, standardised footballs were being produced as the game developed. In 1863, the Football Association introduced official rules for footballs. For the first time, the ball had to be spherical, measure between 27 and 28 inches in circumference, and weigh between 410 and 450 grams. Remarkably, those measurements remain largely unchanged today. In the 1880s, after the English Football League was founded, early sports manufacturers like Meter and Tomlinson's of Glasgow began mass producing traditional leather footballs. Early 20th century footballs featured rubber bladders and heavy hand-stitched brown leather. Because the leather absorbed water during wet matches, the ball became notoriously heavy. Players often suffered head and neck injuries when they tried to head the ball. An inflatable rubber bladder was inserted through a slit in the leather, which was then pulled tight and tied with hemp or leather laces. They were typically constructed with 18 rectangular sections, arranged in 6 panels of 3 strips. Due to material constraints, the balls weren't always completely round, causing unpredictable bounces and awkward movement through the air. As football grew in popularity, it wasn't long before the sport got its biggest stage. The first World Cup was held in Uruguay in 1930. Named after its 11 T-shaped strips of leather, the T model was used for some but not all matches in the first World Cup. For the first World Cup final, the referee asked the captains of Argentina and Uruguay which ball they would like to use, with the host nation wanting the T model and their opponents preferring the Tiento, which was made of 12 long panels. When an agreement couldn't be found, they decided to use a different ball for each half. In the 1950 Brazil World Cup, they used the Duplo T ball. It was the first World Cup ball without laces and was inflated via a valve inserted directly into one of the 12 hand-stitched strips of leather, providing a more uniform, round and sealed surface. The rounded edges of the lighter panels provided more durability and stability, as the stitching offered extra protection. In the 1960s, leather started being replaced by synthetic material, which kept the ball lightweight, prevented it from absorbing water, and vastly improved durability. The 1970 World Cup marked a watershed moment when Adidas was appointed as the official ball match supplier, a partnership which continues to this day. Adidas's first offering was the iconic Telstar, which consisted of 32 panels, 12 black pentagons and 20 white hexagons, a design which is regularly used around the world to represent footballs. The ball was named after the communications satellite, which was responsible for the first 5 international TV transmissions, including the tournament in Mexico that was memorably won by Brazil, and which featured dark solar panels on a white background. Today's footballs feature thermally bonded, textured panels for improved flight accuracy and water resistance. High-profile official match balls, such as those used in the FIFA World Cup, feature intricate asymmetric graphics designed to aid goalkeepers in visual tracking and sometimes include microchip sensors to track speed, spin and goal line technology. The latest World Cup football, the Trionda, celebrates the first World Cup hosted across 3 nations: Canada, Mexico and the United States. Its red, green and blue colour scheme pays tribute to the host countries, while its unique 4-panel design represents the coming together of the 3 nations. And looking at how footballs have evolved over 5 centuries, let's look at how LEGO recreated one in brick form. The LEGO football set 43019 is a replica of a size 5 football, with a mini stadium inside celebrating the World Cup. I built this with my son, and despite the repetitive build, which occasionally caused my son's interest to drift, the finished model looks fantastic on display. I like the fact they used 11 bags in the set, representing 11 players of a football team. The opening stadium feature is a clever idea, and the moving fireworks section on the inside is a clever little interactive addition. Well, the mechanisms of this feel a little fragile, as you can see, with use. The overall presentation makes it a great display piece for football fans. As the sticker on the back says, official size 5, display only, do not kick. I think I'd also add do not open too many times for fear that this will wobble off. It's a shame, seeing as LEGO have made quite a few World Cup football sets, that they didn't use the colours of the Trionda, but I am a big fan of this neon pinky colour that they've used. I really like that. So that's the story of how the football evolved from a stitched leather ball filled with a pig's bladder to the advanced match balls used in today's World Cup. And while LEGO's football isn't perfect, it does a great job in celebrating the world's most popular sport and makes a fantastic display piece for football fans. Let me know in the comments what World Cup football is your favourite. The classic Telstar, the modern designs or the 2026 World Cup ball. If you like this video, then like and subscribe. And please check out my other videos on the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.